Hey there, everybody. Welcome to a new Black Friday Blacklist discussion. We are here. We are ready to talk about all things Agnes.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. See, we're ready to go here. We've got our Grounds and Hounds, not sponsored. We just really, really love their coffee. It is amazing.
Yeah, actually, we're almost out of the lovable blend.
You telling me this now?
No, it's not sponsored. It's just one of our absolute favorites. We just really enjoy it a lot. But yeah, we're almost out, so we're gonna have to buy some more. But anyways, we are here talking about Agnes and what is going to happen to Agnes, and also if there's gonna be a big time jump, because there was a blind report put out by TV Line about a show that they didn't say what it was, but a lot of people are speculating that it is a Blacklist.
I understand why that speculation is out there, just because we've seen Blacklist play around with time before. I think we could all sort of see them being like, okay, we don't want a season 9 that spends like the first 4 episodes watching everyone just mope around and be really, really sad over Liz. It's just like, fundamentally, the idea of it makes some sense.
Yeah, some sense. There's going to be some obvious problems with this, or things that they're going to have to figure out or gloss over, which I think is going to make a lot of us really pissed off, especially with one of them, which is Reddington sickness. And we'll get a little more into that here in the video. And we've actually gotten way deeper into Reddington sickness, and we'll link that for you below if you want to check that out.
Yeah, and I think with Agnes, and I think this is one of the reasons why a lot of people are speculating about a time jump, it's this idea of, okay, if we move the show forward a couple years, or a few years, or many years, you can have Agnes be a more active part of the story. She'll be older, more involved, more aware.
Okay, it would have to be many, many, many years. I mean, the last time we saw her, she was like 7 at most. She's still talking like, oh, and the princess and, Mr. Pinky. Like, she is young. So if she is going to be aged up to a point where she's maybe a teenager or in early 20s, I mean, we're looking at least a 10-year jump.
I just can't see them doing a 10-year jump. This is why, to me, Agnes is such a big question mark with this show, because of Reddington's sickness, and I think just also because, the ages of other people in the cast. I'm not saying that, the task force would all be dead or anything. I don't think that's the case, but are you going to make all the actors come into work every day and get, aged up with makeup and hair? It just feels like that's a lot of just, production stuff just to do a time jump that they could find another way around.
Yeah. But before we get too much further into this video, every Tuesday, every Friday, we are here talking about the Blacklist. So hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our videos.
Also, be sure to check out Matt and Jess TV, because another tradition here alongside Blacklist twice a week is the donut voyage, which I believe is going to be happening at some point over the next couple of days.
Yeah, so make sure you follow us on Instagram at Matt and Jess TV. You just had another one over the weekend. We had a poll here at the site of which donut, and we put the winner up over there.
All right, so there's still a lot of other issues here with Agnes to go through.
Yeah, okay, so besides the fact that if there's a major time jump, and everyone would have to be aged up, if there's just a small time jump and now she's 9 or 10, does it really move the needle with Agnes as part of the story? Yes, it can move us all past Liz dying, and we don't have to watch people go through their grief, but at the same time, there's going to be more than just grief going on. For me personally, I don't want to see a time jump. I want to see everybody deep in their feelings about stuff, their anger, their confusion, their frustration, their sadness. I don't need to see everybody moping and weeping through everything, but I think that there's still going to be really hot feelings about this. And I don't want to just skip over that where it's just and now in the future, everybody's fine.
I think you need to actually let us sort of feel how all the characters feel. I do think that's important, because if you do just jump forward, then it's like Liz's death didn't matter all that much.
No, and especially for me, I need to see Reddington's reaction. This whole story has been about Reddington, Liz, and the relationship between them. If everything he's done to try to protect her failed for 30 years, I need to see what that looks like. This is really meaty material for James Spader.
Yeah.
If they have a time jump and they just like gloss all over that, I'm not going to be happy with that.
And it's also just important from the Agnes standpoint of we actually need to kind of see what happens to her now, because with Liz dead, where does the kid go? It's like she doesn't have any control over any of it.
Yeah, that's a really big question, because I know there's a lot of you guys in the comments, and of course us, that's just like, oh, well, it would be great if she was just with Reddington. But the only way that she's with Reddington is if she's basically kidnapped and on the run, because no foster agency or adoption agency is giving custody to Red.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's really, her mom or her dad. He's a wanted felon, top 10 list. He's not getting Agnes. And in general, it's just kind of like, okay, well, if this was real life, and the show is supposed to be kind of based in real life, it's not fantastical, what would happen to Agnes? She'd be put in the system. There's no other living relatives. She might be able to put forward a guardian and be like, Aram, you can, take care of her for a little while until she's found a home. But that's what would happen.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're probably going to find a way, I don't know, to sort of dance around the legalities here a little bit, just because I think they probably want Agnes still involved in the show. But I think having Agnes kidnapped and on the run the entire time probably doesn't really work. I think you could probably find a way to bring Mrs. French back in here somehow, still in some sort of caretaker role. It's still a question of, okay, how much will Mrs. French matter at this point? Is this just going to be the Blacklist way of sort of just shoving these characters off screen and being like, oh, Agnes is off with Mrs. French, so we don't have to pay any attention to her?
Yeah, they very well might. I mean, Agnes has been on the run with Liz all this time, and no one seems to have questioned it while she was also a fugitive. So, I mean, they have played around with this a little bit, but at the very least, Liz was her mom. And now that there's, her mom is gone, her dad is also dead, there's nobody. Now really what happens? And I think that is what's going to end up happening. She's just going to end up with Mrs. French, who I thought was going to be a way bigger character than just the new babysitter.
Yeah, and I hope that they find a way to factor Agnes into the story a little bit more. I know it's difficult because you don't want to have a kid in a world that's just constantly filled with death and despair and all of this other stuff.
Also, this is just me, and I know I'm kind of on an island with this because I've seen the comments from you guys that, a lot of you feel that moving into season 9, now Reddington will just protect Agnes. I don't want to watch another story of just basically for any of you who play Skyrim out there, that's just another escort quest where you're just, protecting somebody along and bringing them to their next destination. And I'm just not interested in watching this all over again. This is a really good opportunity for the show to shift, where it's not oh, now I'm just going to pool all my resources to now take care of Agnes.
I think Agnes can be a motivation. I think Agnes could be sort of someone where Reddington, if he's thinking about trying to find a new way to move forward, he could be like, I want to create a better life for Agnes. I want to give her something that Liz wasn't able to have. I think they could sort of use her in that capacity, but the whole, okay, we need to move her around, we need to keep her safe from X, Y, and Z, every single thing that we do is for Agnes's sake. I just think it would be really, really repetitive, especially since you're dealing in this instance with a kid who wouldn't even know what's going on and couldn't really challenge any of it. There's no dramatic tension that is there.
Okay, so the last big problem with this time jump, which is the thing that I think will make most of us pissed off about it, is Reddington's sickness. So he, in, the finale said, I'm dying. Yeah, Dembe said, I think the treatment's been, working a little bit or successful a little bit. The show needs to just tell us, what is it? What is it? Yeah. Is it treatable or is it not treatable? Like, I feel that Reddington knows his body and knows what's going on more than Dembe. I think Dembe knows a lot, and maybe some treatments are helping, but that doesn't mean that they're making him not dying. Do you know what I mean? Like, they could be helping him feel better, but if he's dying, he's dying. So if we have a time jump of 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, Reddington is dead. So unless they're going to give him some miraculous cure, they're going to gloss over it. Either one of those things are going to make me really pissed off because I've never liked this story to begin with. And if they're just going to wrap it up like that, where it's kind of like, just jokes, lols, he's good, I'm going to be like, get out of here. I'm still going to watch it, obviously, but I'm going to be pissed.
So you don't want him to be the gif of The Undertaker just rising up out of nowhere.
You love that gif.
I use that gif all the time. But
I know it.
See, it is a situation where I do get frustrated about this storyline, and I'm really frustrated because they put that line in with Dembe that I'm really worried that they're going to, flash forward, and then Dembe's gonna have some line being like, see, Reddington, I was right. You're doing better now. And it's like, okay, all right, come on, guys. That's just not gonna be satisfying to really anyone out there. You gotta at least pay this off somehow. You've made it out to be this big mystery that we're supposed to care about.
Yeah, do I think that Agnes is going to be part of season 9? Yes, 100%. I don't think she's going to go into the system and be fostered out to some other family. I don't think that's happening. I think really the truth of it is that they have Mrs. French. She's just going to stay with Mrs. French, and Reddington will still have a relationship with her.
Well, let's hear from you guys on this, because I'm basically in the same camp. I think we're gonna see Agnes. I think she'll have a role, but I think it's just gonna be kind of similar to how the role has always been, where it's just sort of they find some sort of way to write around her being on the show. But let us know your theories in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy this video, hit that subscribe button, give us a like, and check us out every Tuesday, every Friday for more Blacklist coverage, as well as reviews for Animal Kingdom, Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you here next time.